Hi, I'm Kelly Stapura. I'm with the Echo Group, and today we're going to be going over a dashboard that we have in our catalog related to making sure that forms in EchoVantage are signed. If you're not familiar with our dashboard offerings in general, I'll be providing a little information about that at the end just to give you an overview. So our form signatures dashboard really focuses on forms that are generated in EchoVantage and the signatures that are associated or not associated with those forms. As part of our dashboard offerings that are included with EchoVantage, you have a documentation dashboard that checks for form creation and signatures for progress notes associated with services that have been provided. This is a little bit different because you can identify any form you want to include in the dashboard, and you'll be able to analyze whether forms are getting signed, by whom, and what is missing. So the forms dashboard, the form signatures dashboard pulls data from these forms to help you answer questions like, are forms being signed? Which forms are being signed or haven't been signed? Who's signing the forms? And what type of forms are not getting signed? And which signatures are still outstanding? So I'm going to show you the dashboard now. I've landed on the clinical homepage, and I just clicked the dashboards tab here to see all the dashboards that have been assigned to me that I have permission to see. You can see that there are a lot of dashboards in the catalog, but I'm going to focus on the form signatures dashboard today. Now it's similar in many ways a lot to other dashboards in that structurally it has tabs at the bottom of the page here, and that's your navigation. The critical trends tab is where I've landed here, and it gives you an idea of what you can see throughout the rest of the dashboard and the kinds of things that you'll be able to drill down into and learn more about. So what you're looking at here at the top left is that I've had 78 forms created this month, and it breaks it down by form, and then a purpley color here if it hasn't been signed, and navy if it has. And then of those 78 forms, 73 of those have been signed, and then 5 of those have not been signed. And it breaks down for you here who has outstanding signatures. The trends over at the bottom, and you can see forms created versus forms that have been signed over time, looking for gaps in those areas. Now, moving into some of these inner tabs, I'm going to show you a little bit of the features that are available in all of the graphs. One of them is the time frame filter here at the top right, and then you have some other filtering here by form, by type of signature, be it client, staff, or other, by particular staff or particular clients, and then whether things have been signed or not. So you could look at those separately in the dashboard if you wanted to. So with all of these as well, with the graphs, you have some similar features. You can export the data into CSV or Excel. You can always show as table to make it bigger and see the aggregate data there on the bottom left. You can use focus mode, again, just to make it bigger. You can also, with anything that's hierarchical, like here, we're looking at day all the way up to year. I can move in and out. So here I'm looking at quarters, so I can go up to the year level, down to quarter, back down to month, even. So you can move around it in that way. Another thing that you can do is drill through. So I'm going to just drill through. Let's say I wanted to look at these that have not been signed. Let's choose quarter 2. And I'll drill through. I can look at the clients that those are associated with, the staff that those are associated with. I can look at what kinds of forms they are, what staff types, or I can see some details around that as well. So this gives me just a table, but I can always pop over to EchoVantage if I want to and look at it in more detail or sign it if it's my responsibility to sign it. That's how I can get there really easily, just to hop over. So going back a little bit, I'll talk about the kinds of graphs that we have. So here what you're looking at is whether staff signatures have occurred or not, broken down a few different ways. So the ones that have not been signed or are in a navy here, and you can see that's true by month, by signature type, by form creator, form, and client. We also have a tab focused on outstanding signatures. So you can see the number of signatures. Let's say you have a form and you know you always need 3 people to sign it. You can see that only one person has signed some of these forms. Right click, drill through to details, and get right to the information to see who has signed things and who hasn't. You can also see the unsigned forms by form creator here. And then we've got a tab focused on signature delay so that you can see the total number of days delayed by category, by form, and then by signer as well. So going back to my PowerPoint, I just wanted to point out that we're using Microsoft Power BI for our dashboards. That's free if you have Office 365 Enterprise E5, $3 per nonprofit for nonprofits, and $10 for others per user per month. You can send dashboard images to unlicensed users, so that's a nice feature if you're wanting to cut back on the licenses that you need to purchase from Microsoft. They are able to see the dashboards, but they're not able to interact with them. You can also pull down data from multiple sources, which can be really powerful if you've got information that's not being entered into EchoVantage. And then you can access visuals through their mobile app, and you can refresh the data as often as you'd like to. You can also control who can access which dashboards. So please let us know if you have any questions or want to talk more about dashboards at the dashboard@echovh.com email address. Thank you very much.